This is RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'll be reviewing WWE Monday Night Raw. We are 2 weeks away from the big WrestleMania 30. I will be attending it. I'll do a day in the life vlog there from New Orleans. I'll be there for about 4 days, and the trip I'll be leaving like 5 days ahead of time. So it should be interesting, but it should be fun as well. Let's go ahead and get to the review. Raw was pretty good. I enjoyed it for the most part. You had some celebrity appearances from Arnold Schwarzenegger and Scooby-Doo, kind of the Mystery Machine, which was cool. Promoting the Scooby-Doo WrestleMania DVD that came out on DVD with WWE. And let's go and get to the review. The first thing we had was you had Stephanie come out to the ring. She said Daniel Bryan won't be on Raw tonight because insubordination will be tolerated. She says the Yes Movement is a joke. Basically, she starts talking about Triple H and how he's the most powerful man in WWE and everything he's done. She just says basically her husband Triple H would beat Daniel Bryan, win the title, and then go to the main event, win the title WrestleMania. She brings out Randy Orton, who basically kisses up to Stephanie McMahon the whole time. And then Batista comes out, and Batista insults Randy Orton. He says, stop drooling over Stephanie. Then again, every guy drools over Stephanie. And then Stephanie gets pissed, slaps Batista across the face. And then Batista turns, looks at Orton after Stephanie leaves the ring. And Batista hits Randy Orton with a spear, takes out Randy Orton, and that ends the opening segment. Then we would go on to have the best match of the night, in my opinion, or one of them, a fatal four-way match, the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, which will be defended tomorrow night on WWE Main Event on the WWE Network. Big E Langston will be defending against the winner of this fatal four-way match, and the guys in the match were Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, Alberto Del Rio, and Christian. I was going for Del Rio because Del Rio equals greatness. I would have either hoped for Ziggler or Del Rio. Neither would win. You'd go back and forth. Some near fall after near fall. It's just an intense match to open up the episode of Raw. For the first match, give some momentum, set the standard. Ziggler would go for the Famouser and would be countered with a power bomb. That'd be a near fall. Then Del Rio would super kick Christian for a near fall. And then finally, it would look like maybe Sheamus was going to win. He would go for a slam on Del Rio, but Dolph Ziggler hits a zigzag out of nowhere in the middle of the slam. And it looks like Ziggler's about to pin Del Rio, but then out of nowhere, Christian gets up. He sets Ziggler up and delivers the kill switch finisher on Dolph Ziggler for the 1, 2, 3, and Christian defeats Dolph Ziggler to become the official #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, which Big E defends tomorrow night. 3 enough, man, I need 5. Big E defends tomorrow night against Christian on Main Event. So that should be an interesting match. I'll definitely check it out tomorrow night. The next thing we had was a little video promo with the Wyatts. They're basically talking about the match with Cena and how they are controlling Cena and getting into his head. And then Luke Harper ends this segment by saying that the Wyatt family are coming for you, Cena, and basically is what he said. And that was basically it. The next thing we had was Sin Cara versus Damien Sandow. Sin Cara got to the ring. He got dropped off by the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine, and Scooby-Doo comes out of the Mystery Machine with Sin Cara in a Scooby-Doo costume. And since Scooby-Doo has that WWE WrestleMania DVD, the Scooby-Doo came out today supposedly, but I heard that people got it last week. I don't know really when it was supposed to come out, but basically it was a partnership. Sin Cara squashes Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow jobs to Sin Cara. Sin Cara hits the Senton bomb off the top rope for the 1, 2, 3. Sin Cara defeats Damien Sandow in a really, really short match. The next match we had was Los Matadores versus Rod Baxel. It was back and forth, and then the Shield's music hits because if you remember on SmackDown, Baxel got tag title shots with the help of Kane if they helped beat up the Shield. The Shield got their revenge. They distracted Curtis Axel, who was in the ring. One half of the Los Matadores would roll up Curtis Axel for the pinfall for the 1, 2, 3, and the Los Matadores would defeat Baxel in a short match, but just to progress the feud with the Shield and Corporate Kane, as well as get revenge on the teams that helped Kane out. Next thing we had was Triple H in the ring with Michael Cole. It was kind of a one-on-one interview. Triple H says that Bryan was putting people at risk. Triple H talks about his vicious history, and he's fallen on his shoulders with the entire Yes movement, and he's had enough. He said he's going to put Daniel Bryan down once and for all, and put the end to the Yes movement once and for all as well. And that's basically it. So basically just making a statement and going basically full-on heel here with some of the words he said about the fans. And the next thing we had, Cody Rhodes versus Fandango. This match was about 4 minutes long. Last week, Goldust defeated Fandango in a singles match. This week, Cody Rhodes would face Fandango. Summer Rae was ringside. Goldust was ringside. Goldust was mocking Summer Rae, doing like dance moves, distracting Summer Rae. Summer Rae would fall like she always does, and Fandango would get distracted. Cody Rhodes would connect with the disaster kick on Fandango for the 1, 2, 3, and Cody Rhodes would defeat Fandango in kind of a short, whatever match for what it was worth. The next thing we had was Hulk Hogan come out of the ring. He says, WrestleMania is going to be awesome, brother. And it reminds us of the first WrestleMania, and he points to the WrestleMania sign. He brings out the guest of the night, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Joe Manganiello. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, but Arnold talks about how he inducted Bruno Sammartino in the Hall of Fame last year and how great it is to be in a WWE ring. They say, what about us entering the Battle Royal? Hulk Hogan's about to say something, and then Miz comes out basically saying, really? He gets into it. Miz basically turns heel here, in my opinion, full-on heel, insults Schwarzenegger and Joe Manganiello, and he says that he can take them both. Miz tries to hit Joe Manganiello. Manganiello counters, knees Miz in the stomach. Arnold slaps Miz across the face, and then Hulk Hogan grabs the Miz and tosses him over the rope, kind of the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Since Miz is entered, they kind of use that as a way to just kind of promote it. I don't know if Schwarzenegger and Joe Manganiello are in it. I doubt it. I hope not. Please no. Put guys like JTG and Kurt Hawkins and Yoshitatsu in there, please. Get them some TV time, I beg of you. But, yeah, that was basically it. Entertaining segment for what it was worth, but I hope they don't enter the Memorial Battle Royal. The next match we had, Big Show versus Titus O'Neil. Basically a squash match. O'Neil got the jobber's entrance here. Big Show would connect with the knockout punch. For the 1, 2, 3, Big Show would defeat Titus O'Neil. And then we would have John Cena versus Luke Harper. Singles match, back and forth action. A good match. If you remember on SmackDown last week, John Cena defeated Luke Harper. This week it was a rematch on Raw. John Cena would have Luke Harper up for the Attitude Adjustment finisher. He's about to deliver it. The lights go out. The Wyatt family appear in the ring. And they tie John Cena to the ropes and put Eric Rowan's sheep mask on John Cena's face, covering Cena's face. Pretty epic. I really enjoyed this. Good build for their match. And Bray Wyatt just sat on the ropes looking like this, just breathing over Cena. Good way to progress the feud with Cena and the Wyatts, and for Cena versus Wyatt WrestleMania. It'll be a good match, and I can't wait to see it. So Cena wins via disqualification. I'm guessing they didn't really ring the bell to let us know, but the Wyatts interfered. So Cena wins via DQ here over Luke Harper. The next match we had, Divas Championship match, AJ Lee versus Naomi. AJ Lee gets out of the ring. AJ is counted out. It was a Divas Championship match. AJ defended, but since AJ Lee gets counted out, she loses the match, but you can't lose the title via count out, obviously, so AJ Lee retains, but Naomi wins via count out. Vicky Guerrero comes out, the general manager of SmackDown. She says there's going to be a Divas Invitational Championship match. at WrestleMania, AJ Lee will defend, and she brings out every diva on the roster. So AJ Lee has to defend the title against every diva on the roster, including her bodyguard, Tamina. It should be interesting. We'll see what happens. But AJ Lee's really impressive, longest Divas title reign in history, maybe coming to a close a lot sooner than later. The next thing we had was the Shield versus the Hall of Fame announcement. Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2014. Congrats, Razor Ramon. I was a big fan of Scott Hall, more so than Razor Ramon when Scott Hall was in the NWO, the Wolfpack. But you know, that's one thing. I was kind of disappointed in inducting Miss Scott Hall, but I'm cool with Razor Ramon too, but I would have preferred Scott Hall. That's the only complaint I have. But congrats to him. Well deserved, and I'm glad he got inducted. The next thing we had, like I said, the Shield versus the Real Americans 3-on-3 tag action. Or no, it was the Shield, not 3-on-3 tag action. It was Cesaro and Jack Swagger of the Real Americans taking on Ambrose and Rollins of the Shield and tag action. Back and forth match. Jack Swagger would go for the Patriot Lock. I thought this was one of the best matches of the night, along with the Fatal 4-Way. Swagger would lock in the Patriot Lock. He would get countered by Seth Rollins, who would hit an Enziguri and hit the Peace of Mind finisher, which is a running stomp. It used to be called Blackout, but now since their face, he calls it a Peace of Mind finisher. For the 1, 2, 3, Rollins gets the winning pin on Swagger. After the match, Cesaro attacks Rollins and Reigns. Reigns hits a Superman punch on Cesaro, spears Cesaro, and then they hit a triple powerbomb on Cesaro right through the announce table, and that ends that. After the match, Kane and the New Age Outlaws come out in suits. Kane announces that the Shield will square off with Kane and the New Age Outlaws in a 3-on-3 tag match at WrestleMania 30. So we will see Kane and the New Age Outlaws taking on the Shield at WrestleMania 30. Should be a interesting match, good addition to the card. And then the final thing we had of the night, Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker's confrontation, building for this Beast versus the Streak match is what they're coining this match. Last year, SummerSlam was the Best versus the Beast. This year, it's the Beast versus the Streak. Awesome segment here. Really good segment. You had the beginning, Brock Lesnar come out. They were talking about how Lesnar is going to end the streak. Heyman was, and Lesnar. They invite Undertaker out of the ring, and Undertaker, the Druids come out with a casket. They wheel the casket down to the ring, and they set it ringside. Brock Lesnar opens the casket. There's nothing in there. He gets really frustrated, slams the casket shut. He tells Heyman he's going to leave. And then all of a sudden the casket door opens up and the Undertaker rises up and Paul Heyman's like, "No! Oh God! Oh God! Run, Brock! Run, Brock!" And basically that's what one of the most entertaining parts. Paul Heyman always sells it the best. And Brock Lesnar would go after the Undertaker, who would get in the ring. They'd go in a fist fight, and the Undertaker would clothesline Brock Lesnar over the ropes, who would hit the casket. And the show would end as Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman would retreat, and the Undertaker would end the show on top. Cannot wait for this match. The Beast versus the Streak should be a damn good match at WrestleMania 30. So that concluded the episode of Raw. The overall grade I would give Raw would be a 6.25 out of 10, 6.25 out of 10. Good Raw. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Again, the overall grade, 6.25 out of 10, 6.25 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks.